Hi everyone, this is Dr. Uma Maheshwari here to present on communication skills for everyone. I've been a teacher for the past 15 to 20 years, especially teaching language. When I was thinking about what to take, this topic came to my mind. We always have this picture in mind why I'm here, especially when you go for a communication session. The next one is we always dream for that. Here, person is speaking here and others are looking dull. So here the problem is with whom, whether the listener or the speaker. It is nothing but the problem in the communication. Communication is not only speaking good English, but communication is nothing but how do you or how are you able to communicate the thoughts you have in mind to a person who is in a classroom. It can be a friend, it can be in the family, or it can be anyone to whom you are communicating. Communicating is just a series of experiences. It can be hearing, smelling, seeing, or touching. All these things are communication. You taste sambar, it is too salty. How do you react? You will not have a smile at your face. The same way you're eating ice cream, by the expression itself we can see that you like the ice cream. So communication skills is the ability to use language and express the information. So use the language is receptive, expressing the information is expressive. So effective communication skills are a critical element in your career and personal life. Communication is not only for you when you go for a job, but on a day-to-day life. You board the bus, you ask the conductor for a ticket to go to a particular place. That is also communicating. But the point here is how do you ask the conductor is more important. You go to a cab, or now it is a common thing is you must be the students who are viewing this, you must be very easy, very comfortable using your WhatsApp. How do you type the message? Do you type it without with all the alpha words? No, you use a shortened form. That is also again a way of communication, but how perfect you do is more important. These are the common ways we communicate: speaking, writing, visual image, and body language. And the research says that 80 percentage of the things that get registered in the mind is through communication. Going deeper into the subject, this is what actually a communication process is all about. The sender sends a message to the receiver. What happens in between is the noise of communication, how it is interpreted, how it is misinterpreted. You can convey the message the same way, or else we can also misinterpret the message. I could have told you one thing, you would have understood it in a different way. This is the traditional definition of communication. The sender sends the message and the receiver receives the message. Here the point is, if it is a return communication, the sender can give it to the receiver. That is different. But if the message is sent through oral communication, he tells you something, say for example, tomorrow is a working day, you might interpret in so many different ways. You could have heard that tomorrow is a holiday. So how do we really communicate? I say something, you perceive something. So I tell it in one assumption, you perceive it in another assumption. That is where the problem of communication is all about. Here I'm not talking anything about English language, English communicate. I'm talking about the message that has been conveyed. So talking about communication, there are three V's of communication: verbal, vocal, and visual. So here when you see, the major percentage goes to visual. 55 percentage of the communication goes to visual communication. Hearing is a physical exercise. There is a lot of difference between hearing and listening. You listen to a song, you can hear to a song, but when you listen, you can listen to a lecture actually. But when you hear, it is about a song, it is about a movie. While you walk, you hear to a song, but you cannot do that when you're listening. When you're listening, you concentrate on what is being happening. It is subject to mental activity. Next, speaking is also kind of a communication. How do you speak to people? To be a good speaker, the first and foremost thing is you should have the patience. And what makes a good communicator? A good communicator should have clarity, adequacy, integrity, and timing. These four things makes a good communicator. You are talking to a group of friends, you are addressing a group of employees, or you're talking to a group of people. First and foremost thing is you should understand the mood of the audience who are listening to what you're speaking. Here when you take these are all the few pictures of high power and low power body language. See how people look like, and how people in the bottom row is all about. Just the body language is again a part of communication. So, to conclude, speak in such a way that others love to listen to you. Listen in such a way that others love to speak to you. Both have to go hand in hand. Important thing for any communication is always be confident. Look at the bigger picture. So, the bigger picture is nowhere else. The bigger picture is in ourselves. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching.